Anyways, the morning show. Oh, disclaimer, if you have not finished the morning show, there will be spoilers, so go watch it so we can talk about it together. Okay? Don't let me spoil anything for you. Go and watch it and then come back to this video. Okay, so basically it's about a news company and the Me Too movement together. So basically the anchor, Steve Carell, who plays Mitch Kessler, is fired for sexual misconduct. That's what they call it. And so Jennifer Aniston, Alex Levy, who plays Alex Levy, has to keep the whole show afloat, basically, because they've been co-anchors for 15 years, and now all of a sudden Mitch gets fired. And Alex claims that she never knew about it in 15 years. We'll get to that later. But Bradley Jackson is a Spitfire nobody from Virginia, and she becomes viral because of this video when she was working at a coal mine. And like, she gets famous, she gets invited on the morning show, and then suddenly she's Alex's co-host, which is basically a ploy to keep Alex with the job. So she was just using Bradley, and Alex and Bradley cannot get along at all. They butt heads. Alex is too, if it's not broke, don't fix it, basically. And Bradley is, I'm gonna get to the truth teller, two fucks Jackson. That's who Bradley is. And there's the executive producer, who's Chip. He produces the show. The guy above Chip is Corey, and the guy above Corey is Fred. Fred is like the owner, the bigwig. And Corey is like right under him, but could still get fired by Fred. So that's that. Let me just talk about the show. So basically, I thought it was interesting how, like, one of my cousins, she's a news anchor for Good Morning America, I think, something like that. And she gets up at 3 as well, and in the show they get up at 3, and it's so crazy. Like, they'll get up at 3, 4, they have their own drivers, like, they're all across these billboards in New York. Like, everybody, you know, some people recognize them. Like, I literally did not realize how much money news anchors make. Like, they have a good game. The news station is very money hungry. There's a bunch of guys who only care about the ratings, the numbers, what looks good, what doesn't. And she is, and so, now this is no surprise, but basically everybody on top is an old white man. That's basically it. So I'm going to start with a rundown of, like, each character, like, how I feel about them. So, Alex Levy plays Jennifer Aniston, who plays Alex Levy, is the co-host of the morning show. I hesitate to call her a bitch, but in the end of the season, she really becomes a bitch. And so Alex is really insensitive and desensitized. Like, I understand, like, they see a lot of bad things, but she just compartmentalizes so much that nothing, like, phases her. Like, at one point she told Bradley, like, basically it's a man's world, and, like, men are gonna do what men are gonna do, and she's not wrong, because men are gonna do what they're gonna do, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't get in trouble for it, and they shouldn't be held accountable. And that's like, oh my gosh, that's like what she kept getting mad at Bradley for, and she wasn't understanding that someone can be really genuine and care about their job and care about getting the truth out and care about telling the truth and talking about real news instead of piling a bunch of fluff on so that people won't feel bad about themselves, basically. And the thing that bothered me about her the most is that and this is hard for me to understand, but she kept in contact with Mitch. You find out that your co-host, your best friend, whatever, is a sexual predator, and you're not gonna distance yourself, you're not gonna and then the whole thing, oh my god, this literally shook me. I didn't know if it was true or if she was just playing Mitch, but when she was in episode 8 or 9, when it was probably about the last time she spoke to Mitch, telling him not to go on the show, to tell his side, and she was like, we went to a bar, I ended up getting drunk, and I just wanted to go to my room, and somehow I woke up in your bed, and I don't know how I got there, and I didn't want to be there, and I was like, oh my god. I mean, it kind of makes sense about why she's so her. I kind of understand where, I'm not even on front, I understand, because I really didn't understand Hannah, but we will get to that, because Hannah is a mess. Now for Mitch, when I say piece of work, Mitch is the epitome of a piece of work. He's so in his own bubble that he does not understand. Oh my gosh, he just doesn't understand. That's it. He doesn't understand that making jokes about women and their dresses and seeing them naked, and he doesn't understand that's okay. He doesn't understand that when you touch someone and you're in a place of power and someone under you is you're chasing after them and you're trying to pursue them, especially in a sexual way. He didn't get that that's not okay, and that's not something you do. It's just basically, oh my gosh, literally when this was the first episode, first or second, when he was just finding out that he got fired and watching all the news, and he was talking to his buddies, and he was like, when is consent not sexy? Excuse me? Oh my, and then it was wait, that came out wrong. Nobody, you meant that. That is, but it was interesting when he was talking to his friend Dick Wondry, or whoever, about, they should tell their side of the story, and they should be able to explain themselves, and they should be able to say what really happened. And it was definitely interesting to see the juxtaposition between him and his friend, because his friend was if Mitch was bad, his friend was the fucking devil. Just spit. But he was was like, oh, like, she said she was like 15, but like she told me she was 18, but she's really 15. Oh, like, I didn't know. And like all this other vile, awful stuff. And he was like, and Mitch was like, oh, well, you're actually a predator. But I'm fine. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, he's not on that level, but he's awful. Mitch, like, he didn't understand. What really bothered me, like, I know this is men, and this is just them mansplaining, but he didn't understand the level of what he did and what it can do to people until Hannah OD'd. Like, and I knew she was gonna die. I knew as soon as she was walking down that road in the middle of the street that she was dead. Like, I felt it. Like, I knew. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, this girl, she's really not gonna make it. When Mitch showed up to work trying to tell people that, or to stick up for him, like, are you the only thing men have is the audacity. Like, that's all. That's it. Because, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you dumb? No, really. Like, are you dumb? Oh my God. Is someone gonna stick up for you, sir? Excuse me? Sir. Oh my God. I'm like, that was so... Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. Like, I just got secondhand embarrassment from that. Like, go somewhere. Like, you do not have a side unless there is concrete proof that everything was consensual. And even if it was, I can't even say that because coerced is not consensual, but like, I know the whole sexual harassment is a lot of he said, she said, but it's kind of hard to believe someone like Mitch over someone like Ashley, because Mitch is here and Ashley was probably here. And on top of that, everyone knew. Everyone was ignoring it. They heard him make comments about people's clothes and seeing them unclothed and touching people, and people knew, especially Alex, knew what was going on in that damn dressing room and didn't do shit until it blew up in their face. Like, that's like, I'm sure that happens a lot of the time in a lot of places, and that's awful. I'm sure people see things, stuff happens, and they don't come forward. So, okay. Bradley Jackson, played by Reese Witherspoon. First of all, she's such a good actor. She's so great. I love her. Bradley gets thrust into the spotlight because Alex, I'm not gonna lie, Alex is smart. She knew that she was on her way out and that they weren't gonna give her co-host approval, which I imagine is, they didn't really explain what that means, but I guess that means she gets to pick who she's sitting next to. So she chooses Bradley. She thrusts Bradley into the spotlight at the award ceremony. Alex does it at the award ceremony so that all the paparazzi and other reporters will, because everybody's waiting on who's going to be the next co-host, who's going to be in the chair next to Alex, like who's going to get it. Everybody's waiting on it. Will it be another man? Will it be another woman? Like, will she be by herself? Blah, blah, blah. No one knows. So she does it so that she can get her own co-host approval and so that she can manipulate everybody, because she knows that they don't like Bradley. She doesn't even like Bradley. So, and so Bradley, she gets dressed in the spotlight. So, Corey, who's played by Billy Crudup, is all for the idea. He's like, I love it, like, let's get Bradley in there. While Fred is like, shut the shit down. Like, tell them she was drunk or something crazy. Tell them that it's not gonna happen. Like, we're changing our minds. Chip is all for the idea. He's like, let's know the woman is crazy. Like, we don't want Bradley, basically. But Corey's like, no, we're gonna throw her up there, give her a trial run. We want a conservative up there, which Bradley isn't really a conservative. She's kind of, I would say, more liberal or more like centered. But her politics aren't really the center of it. Whatever. And so they throw her up there. She wants to get more real. They put her mom up there, telling her some fake shit. And she's reading off the teleprompter about how her mom was so great. And her mom really wasn't like that. And so she's like, you know what? I'm going to be real. Like, I was shit at school. I got suspended. I even had an abortion. And everybody went crazy. Everybody went insane. They lost sponsors. Everybody was like, what? She said she had an abortion on national television. Like, she was going good until she said that. Like, I was all for it, and I was like, no, Bradley, because that's literally going to be so freaking bad for them. Like, as soon, like, I saw the light in my head, I was like, abortion is not a topic you tread lightly on, because people really die about those fetuses that aren't even tread lightly, basically. So that is like one thing. And another thing with Bradley, honestly, I didn't really have any problems with Bradley. Like, nothing truly really like bothered me. I thought the part like throwing in her dad was weird. Like, I didn't really think that was necessary, because, or I guess it was to show how much of a goody two shoes and truthful, honest person she is, which I like, because it bothered me that no one on that show had any damn integrity. Like, they were all just like politicians, politicians but making news. That's the vibe I was definitely getting from them. Okay, so for Chip is the producer of the show. He basically runs everything behind scenes, and he makes sure that everything's going smoothly, everything's going okay, everybody's on their game, everybody's ready, everybody's set up, blah blah blah. Chip gets fired. In the last episode, he gets fired, and Corey and Chip get together and try. They want Fred out so Corey can be Fred. Get Fred's position so Corey can make the big decisions, decide what's what, decide. And Corey's really not worried about anything. Corey has money. Corey has other streams of revenue. If he gets fired, he gets fired. Whatever. But Chip gets fired. Like, what are they gonna do? No. Not the show, but like the people, everybody's close to Chip. Chip's been on the show as long as Steve and Alex have been. So Chip and Corey plan a pas de coup. Is that? So Chip and Corey plan a revolution, plan to overthrow the tyrant, which is where the phrase Sic Semper Tyrannis comes from, which basically means death to all tyrants. Basically, that's the bear translation. And so they're trying, but Fred is really, really smart. Like, so the only way they can do it is sneak Mitch on the show, get Bradley to interview, and so that Mitch can say that Fred knew and he covered it up. That's basically the only way that they will be able to get Fred out, because Fred covers his tracks no matter what he does. He covers his tracks. Smart. that's how they get you. You gotta know how to cover your tracks. So, and Chip is, I think Chip is a very squirrely man. Like he's always been I'm gonna stay in my place. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna do anything. But when his job is really, really, really towing the line, he's ready to take him down. And then when he is ready, he's almost too quick, because Corey's like, oh, you gotta wait. You gotta make sure that you have everything that you need, that everything is good. And he's like, no, I'm ready to go now. And he tells the lady from the Times or whatever, and she is friends with Fred, so she's gonna say stuff to Fred like that. He was just not thinking. And then so Chip was the one that leaked the story about Mitch to the Times because he was fed up. Basically, he was trying to save Alex, because he knew that Alex had 1 foot out the door. Even if Alex didn't know that. They were ready to fire her. She was getting stale. People were starting to not like her as much. So they were ready to replace her. So Chip did what he had to do to save his girl. And I think that Chip is in love with Alex. That is just that. Because... And now for Corey, I don't really have that much to say. Like, Corey's one of those guys that you can't be friends with because he's your boss, but you'd be cool with him. Like, if you saw him on the street, you'd say hey. Or, like, walk up to him in a restaurant if you saw him. Like, he's cool, and he's smart. So, I liked him. Now, Mia. First of all, I think Mia is a producer of Bradley. She's Bradley. I guess they each have their own producer because they each have their own team. I guess that's how it works. I wasn't totally clear on that. So, but Mia is, she used to sleep with Steve, with Mitch, and they did what they did for about a year, and then they broke it off, and Mitch thinks that Mia used him to get her career up better, whatever. And then everyone knew, like I said, everybody knew, so everyone would call me a bitch behind her back, like sneak diss her, all this crap. And then at one point, there was a intern, I don't know if he was a sound guy, intern, his name was Nick, and he dug in Mia's ass. He was like, oh, like, of course you would agree with Chip, blah, blah, because we know that you are so far up his ass that you can't even breathe. Something crazy. And number one, why in the I've never heard anyone talk to their coworkers like that. Like, I was like, oh my god damn, what the what in the world? I was like, oh. But and Corey was right there. Corey fired his ass. Everyone was like, no. And Mia was like, oh, don't fire him. Like, that's gonna make me look even worse. Blah blah blah. And he was like, nah, get your shit, go. First of all, he deserved to be fired because that's insubordination, number one. Number two, that was so uncalled for. That was awful. Like, you want to talk about goddamn Mia? Talk about all these other bitches around here. We've been fucking with Mitch too, but you're not gonna say anything to them. And then Mia, bro, she got fed up because there was this one asshole. Jerry, John, Jacob, maybe it didn't even start with a J. I don't remember his name. He was irrelevant. He tried to make some sneak digs about Mia. And Mia, when you back a woman, especially a black woman, into the corner, she's bound to explode. She went the fuck off. She got the phone on the blah 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 and was like, look here, I know y'all know I slept with Mitch, blah blah blah, it was a mistake, blah blah. I know you think I'm a slut, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm done. Like, if you got something to say, maybe outside. And that's on that. And I was like, girl, she ate them up. I was like, okay, like, good. Now, for Hannah, like I said earlier, Hannah was a mess. Like, I don't know, like, she tricked herself into believing that Mitch did her a favor. And she let Mitch think that Hannah used him, which she did. She did use him, but she didn't use him intentionally. Because I think she went up to Fred to get him to do something, but obviously Fred's not going to kick out the moneymaker, so he offers her a promotion and she doesn't say no, she doesn't say anything. I think it's part of her just being so shell-shocked that Fred would just dismiss it like that, and the other part is just her being greedy. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. But I was just, like, it obviously ate her up inside. And she obviously needed help. And that's why she did something about Yanko's relationship. Now, I definitely don't agree with that. Like, that really made me mad. Like, how are you going to insert, like, girl, you can't even handle your own problems, but you're going to insert yourself into someone else's relationship? I mean, it's none of my business, but whatever. Okay, so Hannah, throughout the season, she came off wrong. Like, she came off as a pick-me to me. Like, especially when they have the bar for Chloe, I think her name is really not coming to me, but for her birthday, she was like defending Mitch, and I was like, sis, like, that's really not a good look. Like, I understand Mitch was really charismatic and everybody loved him, but like, after knowing what you know and after knowing what you went through, I don't understand. And especially like when she agreed to back Mitch up, I was just fucking lost. Like, I was not understanding that. Like, I imagine it's her wanting to get everything over with and her wanting to be done with the whole situation, but and when she told Bradley, I knew as soon as she was like, get out, like, I'm done, I don't want to talk about it, like, you want me to cry and you want me to be weak and I'm not that. I was like, girl, like, you need to go, you need help, you need to go talk to someone. Like, that is not, especially after it happening at the Vegas shooting. Like, are you kidding me? That was awful. Like, and then her getting, I hesitate to say raped because, but that happening to her is like, are you kidding me? But you're not, like I said before, as soon as she was walking in the middle of the street, I was like, she's done. Like, that's like she was already hesitant about going to California. She's suddenly getting offered a better paying job in California, and she's in New York. Yeah, the show, they had great close-up shots, they had great monologues, they had a great way of like making you feel uncomfortable while you're watching it. It's like, while you're watching, you're like, oh my god, like, this is not okay. Like, I don't like this. Like, that, I thought that was awesome. They did great at that. And, like, especially the end when everybody found out that Hannah died and she OD'd, like, suicide. Like, and Reese was walking, like, slow motion, and the Toni Morrison, whatever his fucking name was, the schmuck, when he was walking up and he was talking, making a speech about being announced, and she was walking in slow motion. I was like, oh my god, like, and everybody started crying. I was like, oh my fucking god, like, it's staring at my heart. And then, oh my gosh, now this definitely left something to be desired, because that switch, that was definitely, like, it shouldn't take you that long to come to it, sis. Like, it shouldn't have caused a coworker that everybody loves to literally kill themselves over something for it to click in your head that this is fucking wrong and it needs to be addressed. Oh shit. So that's why, like, in the whole Mitch and Corey fight scene, come on now, what are y'all doing? What was that? Because I'm mad confused. Like, why are they brawling in the fucking lobby, and where is anyone to break them apart? Like, and Mitch is so self-absorbed that he didn't even, like, try and take the time to ask anything. Like, well, Mitch, we can't do the show today. Well, why not? And of course, punch, and punch. And then Hannah OD'd. Like, yeah, she killed herself because you raped her, and now on top of that, you're trying to get her to back you up about how you're dog. Fucking miss me with that shit. So, and then when, oh my god, when Bradley was like, told Alex, like, I did it, I killed her, like, I pushed her too far, she wasn't ready, and Alex was like, no, like, and then, like, Bradley spilled about the Mitch thing, about the coup d'etat, about everything they were gonna do. She was like, oh my, yeah, yo, when she threw the coffee in the new producer's face, I was like, Alex, like, I understand, because, like, he was blowing me, like, they just died, and you're gonna be like, I know he didn't know her, but, dog, have some fucking respect. Oh my god, have some respect, bro, literally. So, that was, and, and so then when Alex was up there, and she was like, you know what, let's do it, and they started going in, and they were like, this is wrong, I know I'm wrong, I know I knew, like, this has to change, like, these men, they don't give a fuck about us, they don't care about women, period, things need to change. And then when Corey was like, looked so distraught, they cut to Corey looking so distraught, and he was like in Times Square, and they were on the thing, and then they got cut, and the signal beeped. Oh my god, it was so loud, and it was like so, like, deafening, like, oh my, that was great. Oh my god, I love the finale. And like, oh my, I'm so excited. I keep saying, like, now it was great. It was great. Okay, so after all that, like, me putting in my 2 cents, after everything, I give the show 5 out of 5. I really can't wait until season 2. Like, it's a whole thing about the it's a whole thing with the new streaming services. When they make their originals, they do 10 episodes, which is kind of annoying. Because 10 episodes? Are you kidding me? What is that about to do? And who's about to do it for? It's not doing it for me. I can tell you that. I need more. Need more, sir. Need more. And see, now the fact, these are problems I have with it. So the fact that it's on Apple TV. Apple TV is a new new in the game streaming service. And if so, I had just bought a laptop about a couple weeks before they announced, like, oh, if you buy a new product, you'll get Apple TV a year free. And I was like, oh no, like, am I gonna get it? Because, like, when you get laptops, they take about a month to come. So I was like, oh no, am I gonna get it? And I did get it. And I didn't really, like, the morning show, like, is usually not, like, a drama that I would go for. And I was like, you know what? Like, let me watch it. And I watched it. I was hooked. Finished it in 2 days. And I couldn't wait to film this. It was, oh my God, it was so good. And literally, I was ready. I was ready for it. And so, basically, if I hadn't got the year free, I probably wouldn't have watched it at all. And that's, like, something that you have to decide on. Like, if you want to buy it, if you want to make the plunge, like, I don't know. That's just, like, if you don't have Apple TV, you don't, because Apple TV only has, like, 5 shows on there. So that's just that I'm iffy. And then and another thing I didn't like about it, the intro was so goddamn long. It was literally a minute long for some damn dots. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And it wouldn't give you the option to skip the recap. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I had to fucking, like, tap for like 10 minutes to get to the fucking episode. Yeah, I don't like that you can't add anything to your list or whatever, like Netflix or Hulu or literally any other streaming service. And I don't like I like to see that I watched the episode. Like, so you know how on Netflix, when you finish an episode, it's like a red line to the end? I like to see that, and I did not see that. So I was like, sometimes, like, if I come back, I mean, I knew what episode I was on, but it was kind of, like, weird. And then, like, I didn't like, I don't know, this is just me, but I like to see a little bit more diversity, a little bit more dark-skinned people on there, because they only had the guy, I think he was gay, I'm not sure, him, and he was all, oh, I'm about to take Bradley's spot, let's get her out of there. I didn't like that either. I don't like that. So I did not like that at all. But okay. I think that's my theories for season 2. I heard season 2 is gonna come out in November. I heard they're gonna start filming during the summer. So my theories for season 2, I really don't think Alex and Bradley are gonna get closer. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think Corey and Bradley might start a little something. So we're getting a little close this season. I think that Chip is gonna get his job back. Corey's gonna take Fred's spot. The morning show is gonna die. Like, I think they're gonna lose a lot of ratings or whatever. And I think that the black guy, I can't remember his name, the dark skin, he's gonna go over to where Mindy Kaling, can't remember her name either, was trying to bring him. And Yanko and the girl, Chloe, don't know if that's right, also can't remember her name, I'm blanking, I'm just too tired. I think they're gonna get back together. I think Hannah's funeral is gonna be a big part of the show and how everything happens. And I think Mitch, actually, I don't even know what to think about Mitch. I think Chip is going to confess his feelings for Alex, because he definitely, there's some unrequited stuff going on. And I think, I think hopefully Alex and her daughter make up. But nah, I'm not even going to lie, Alex made some points. Because now her daughter's in high school, about to go to college, boarding school. She had to have known that her parents were gonna get divorced. Like, that shit, she was doing the most. Like, how, girl, you're smart. Like, your parents are making fake calendars. They don't live together. They're separated. Your mom is your mom. But they're gonna stay together? Nah. She's bugging. And Alex definitely made some points when she was yelling at her. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, points were made. But I think that's all I have. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you like the show. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know if you want to watch season 2. Let me know what other series I should review, and so we can talk about it. Peace.